Look at that blue sky. No, I'm not in Georgia or Florida anymore. I'm away from those storms. I am in some little town. I forget the name of the town, but I'm in that town, whatever town it is, in North Carolina. And it is a pretty blue sky. Is that an airplane up there? Yeah, you can see that jet. Big old jet airliner. It's way over my head. Welcome everybody to another daily vlog. A vlog that happens pretty much daily. Today, on kind of a little busy road. I'm going to be parking here right on the shoulder for the night. For the day and night, because it is daytime. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm where I got to be, but it's Sunday. And the place I'm going to, which is Dole, because I got a load of carrots. I think they're making baby food out of the carrots or something. I don't know. But it's right there behind me, and I won't be delivering until tomorrow morning, so I got time to kill. And this road, I figured would be totally dead because it's Sunday. But I think people are getting off of work right now and heading home, and the next shift's coming in. I was kind of looking forward to just riding the Segway up and down this road because it's about a good 3-mile road with a lot of hills. And so I could go uphill and downhill, and with my body weight on a Segway, it would actually be great for testing to see if other people out there like me, well, I mean, not me because I already have one, but if you're like me and are not the lightest person in the world, curious if one of these little things down here would be good for you for traveling around the city that you might live in, or if you're out and about in the country and going on vacation and kind of want to go on the back trails and stuff like that, you know, walk a little bit, ride a little bit, and explore a little bit further than your feet could carry you, to see if something like that might be good for you. I figured this road would be a good test because there's some pretty good hills on this road. It's pretty steep. I don't plan on taking it off-road because I'm not skilled. I've only ridden it one time for 2 or 3 minutes. And I don't know. I think today's going to be a good little test day. If the traffic on this road will die down a little bit. I'm going to give it about another 5 minutes. Hopefully whoever's getting off work and going back in to go to work are going to be settled either at home or inside that building right there, and this road will be empty and I could just travel up and down the road for a couple miles, get my practice, and put this thing through its paces while drinking coffee and holding you guys. Okay, it's been a couple minutes. The road seems a little bit dead, but there's still people out and about. So what I'm going to do real fast is a good test trial. About a mile up the road is the security shack I need to check into in the morning. I'm going to ask them if I can park here on the side of the road, and to do that, I'm going to ride my Segway up to the front gate. Let's go. So far, this is actually a pretty steep little hill, and it's still in the safety mode, so I'm still allowed to do 6 miles an hour, but it's actually pulling up this hill at 6 miles an hour. Going pretty good. This is actually perfect for when you have to park and just go off and do some business and then go back to your vehicle. I kind of like it so far. It's actually pulling my 200 and however many pounds I am up this hill at a pretty good little pace. Well, good news. Just that little ride up here to the guard shack opened up my speed limit. I can now do 10 miles an hour for 15 miles. Yay. Boy, I should have brought my other Osmo though with microphone that has the regular camera with where I can use my normal microphone. But anyway, I don't have to park out on the street. She told me I could actually bring my truck onto the property and park overnight. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's head back to the truck. I have realized that going downhill is a lot scarier than uphill. Basically because braking, I'm still getting used to the whole braking. You have to lean back a little and turn. Okay, I think I got it. Let's boogie back to the truck. Ooh, it beeps if you get going too fast downhill. and automatically slows you down, which is kind of a weird sensation. Car coming. Here's a pretty good grade, and I'm booking right along. How's a car coming at this intersection? Let me stop. Oh, never mind. Keep going. And here we are, back at my house. Well, the one thing I can say so far, after going up probably a 3 or 4% grade, that road's not that steep. It's probably 3 or 4% grade. Going downhill is a lot different than going uphill for sure. It could take a little bit of getting used to. I'm not sure. I need to actually extend the arm up a little bit too, because where your legs normally sit is supposed to be at your knees, but me personally, I found it a little bit better if it was extended up a little bit higher than your knees, because I couldn't tell if my knees were at the end of the bar, at either end of the bar. So if I went to push, my knee would probably go off of it. So it's probably better to have that cushion a little bit higher up into your thigh rather than in your knee. But that's just after traveling for 1 mile and opening it up to 10 miles an hour. Yay! And we're going to do it again. We're going to take it out here in just a minute and cruise around the building, back out to the road, and cruise all the way down the road, all the way back. I'm going to check how many miles that is and see how good it is going up and down some pretty hilly areas, and how it manages the electricity, and how many miles it actually eats up in that battery. Because I'm sure on flat ground you could probably go 15 miles, but going up and down hills, I don't know. I don't know if it has regenerative braking like a Tesla or like most electric cars do, because it's not an electric car. Actually, on a website, I seen what they call it, what the government considers it. What do they call it? A P for personal, T for transportation, R for robotics. So it's a personal transportation robot. That's what the government considers it as, which is pretty awesome. Segway Mini Pro is considered a robot, which it will be a robot later on this year when we get all the cool accessories that actually turn it into a functioning robot. So, but right now, even at its early stages, it's still considered a transportation robot. That's pretty awesome. One thing I think will be a lot easier is to do something like what I'm going to see if I can do right now. And that is possibly see if I could find room. No, I can't. Never mind. I forgot my chains were under there. Instead of taking the whole device over my steering wheel and taking it out, because it does weigh 23 pounds, and it has that weird shape to it, you know, with the wheels and stuff, so you have to lift it over your steering wheel and then climb out of your truck to put it on the ground. I was thinking possibly just put it outside in my cubbyhole door, but I forgot I have my snow chains. So I guess until winter's over, I'm pretty much stuck doing it the way I'm doing it, which is okay. I don't mind. It's not too difficult. All right, well, I guess it's time to go for another ride, because it's going to be a couple hours. My appointment isn't until tomorrow, but they seem to think that they will unload me today. So I may not be stuck here all night. So I might as well enjoy the emptiness of the road and really put this thing through its paces. But before I do that, let me show you the phone application that kind of goes along with this thing. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it because I'm using the front-facing camera of this device, but I'll try and make it to where you can see. So right when you first open the application, let's see here if we can get it without the glare, you'll see that it has a little lock with a little circle around it, and then you have in each 4 corners different things you could do, like settings. This here is for robotics, so you can remote control the device, and this here would do something with the speed. I don't know what it just did. Let me hit that again. What does that do? Enable speed limit mode. I don't want to enable. So this button here would enable a speed limit mode, so I guess you could set the speed limit that you're allowed to travel. Not only does it do all that stuff, it also has a social aspect of it, to where you could communicate with other people that are actually riding. It's kind of like Twitter, basically, for Segway users, and there's a feed that you can subscribe to and see what other people have been writing and communicating with each other. I just joined this yesterday. I only made one post, so I was pretty happy to do that. But every time you post something or communicate with somebody, you get things called medals. I'm not exactly sure what they do, but it does something to the application, which in turn does something to your robotic transportation device. I just love that word. I'm not exactly sure what it does, but you have rankings. Let's see, rankings here. What does it do? So from all around the world, all the people that ride the Segways, if you look at it, let's start here at the top. Okay, like this #1 person in the United States, this person happens to be in the United States, has ridden 111 miles. Somebody else has rode 86 miles, and then I'm assuming, so it tells their miles and where they're from, and I'm assuming you could touch it. Let's see what opens up. His name is Colin, and then you could text message him or whatever. So it does have a nice little social aspect to it. So you got rankings, fan clubs, and then you could look at this, riders nearby. If someone else is riding near me or nearby, it should hopefully open up a map, maybe, or it would. There's nobody around me, so I'm assuming it would either tell me the name of the person, then I can communicate with them, but there's nobody around me. And then services and about the device. And then here in the middle, when you're riding, a little speedometer will pop up telling you how fast you're going. And then if you go to a store or something like that and you want to park the thing and make sure nobody steals it, you hit this little lock, it will lock it. If somebody tries to pick it up, an alarm will sound off on my device letting me know someone's messing with this out in front of the store. And also a siren and bells and whistles will go off on the Segway itself, lighting up and making all sorts of crazy noises and vibrating like a rock crusher, basically. It really goes crazy. And then if you put it, when they put it down, I guess it stops doing it, and they pick it up, it does it again. And if they did end up stealing it, because I locked because the device, the Segway is actually connected to my mobile devices through password and thumbprint. If they got it, if they did steal it and got it home, it would still be locked. And even if they downloaded the application and tried to connect it to this Segway, it wouldn't work. It would always be locked. One thing I would love to see is if the device was stolen and somebody did take it home and they were trying to activate it, maybe I could get a map of the location of where my Segway is so I can give it to the police. That would be an awesome little thing, but I don't think it does that yet. Anyway, I'm going to take it out for a quick little ride again and end today's daily vlog. Hope with the fingers crossed that they may get me unloaded here early today and I can head off to my next pickup. Anyway, let's go. One thing I definitely want to do is twist this little handle and pick this up just a little bit. Basically, just because when I was parked out on the road and rode it up to security, the bar was just a little bit low. I think this is going to be a little bit more comfortable and I'll have a little bit more control. Let's head on out. It's surprising how smooth this thing is. It is really comfortable. It's like kind of like you're riding on air. And it definitely makes for some smooth shots, because normally when I'm walking and talking, if my image is stabilized, you'll see the background of the trees and everything are smooth, but you'll see me bobbing up and down. Now, this is like pretty smooth. It's like I'm standing still, but I'm moving. Or at least it looks like the background is. Yeah, if you got one of these, definitely a fun time for all. Don't know if you guys can see. Okay, I think there's a truck coming behind me, but let's speed it up. I'm doing 7 miles an hour. 10 miles an hour. Slow down, because I got to make this turn. And head out that security shack. Here's security. Boy, can you hear that wind? It's not actually a windy day. Like it's going, but it's kind of like being on a motorcycle. Now I'm actually going pretty steep right now. I don't know if you guys can get the scope of how steep it is. Yeah, you really can't tell the hill size on the camera. There is a car coming behind me. There he goes. The car's going faster than me. But definitely am going a lot further than I would if I was walking in a little faster time. So I'm pretty far away. Let me see how far I went. Let's open up the application. I still have 12 miles to go. So I went up and down this road a few times. 12. I've went at least 3 miles. And I still have 12 miles to go. Not too bad. Okay, so let's see what else we could do. I don't want to enable top speed. All right, well, I still got 12 miles. So that's not too bad. 3 miles up and down this hill. I did it a bunch of times already. I didn't videotape it because you guys probably would get bored. But it's handling like a champ. I still have not named you yet. I need to come up with a name. But this thing is pretty amazing. Really cool is how easy it is to get off and on this thing. It's simple. I swear, when I got on one of those hoverboards or whatever they call them, I had a heck of a time. I actually had to hold somebody's hand so I wouldn't fall. This thing here, you just step on and it self-balances. Really simple. It is kind of weird how it beeps when you break the speed limit. Well, today's just going to be this road test. I'm going to show you guys what it's like. I've got a few comments saying, wow, now I want one of those. Yeah, it's pretty cool. This is actually the first time I'm actually out riding it. Just kind of doing a road test because what I thought might happen, me going to North Carolina to pick up a load of peanuts, would be happening, but it's not happening. Let me do a quick U-turn here. Get out of the way of the cars. I'm going to go back to the truck and then end this vlog real fast. If you notice, I look that way when the car comes. That's so I don't know if they're looking at me. That way I don't get so embarrassed. Because I got a camera in my hand and I'm riding some contraption. But tomorrow I was planning on picking up peanuts in a historic town to be able to explore the town with the Segway. It's not going to happen. Tomorrow I'm actually picking up in Charlotte. Or so, or around there, the thing actually pulls really nice and it's really comfortable. The one thing that is kind of strange is when you do start going a little bit too fast, your feet, it'll automatically tilt you backwards to slow down and brake, kind of, which is kind of weird. If you're not paying attention after the beeping, it will throw you. It'll throw you for a shock.